The Traveler's Notebook. A bound leather cover, weathered by the many storms of use. A trove of pages, all with different purpose, traveling together. So when one is caught in the onslaught of ideas, they are never unprepared. And still, no matter the versions I hold, this leather notebook with interchangeable pages is left abandoned on the shelf as I reach for something else. This is a journal that took me 4 years to finish. Its pages are full of lamenting, deep sadness, fatigue, and just the blurry edges of hope. I struggled emotionally at my 9 to 5, and it's quite apparent in the scrawl. COVID happened, we got a dog. I quit the 9 to 5, then I got another job. I went to Europe. Then I wrote the last entry and slipped it away to be held forever in the memories I left there. This is the subsequent journal. And already it's becoming the previous one's opposite. It's more introspective in a wondering light. Days recorded like poetry. Long epics in careful script. I couldn't really tell you what's happening within these pages as it's rather abstract, but already I can feel that the energy is shifted in here. It's something different, and in turn that is shifting my energy into something that is stronger against my daily struggles. So why then do I not feel the same about the Traveler's Notebook? These are completed Traveler Notebook inserts. I've decorated them in order to give them character, and I've labeled the dates on them from when I used them. I've thought about filing them away in some sort of organized fashion, even buying a second cover to store them in. But when I hold these inserts, the notebooks, the essence of what they once were when they were in the Traveler's Notebook is now kind of gone. I don't use the Traveler's Notebook if only to hold and appreciate its satisfying aesthetic. The supple leather, the explorer tones, the gathering spirit it gives off. And for me, who can never decide which notebook I want to write in, so I end up bringing multiple, this seems like the perfect outlet. Each insert can have a designation of writing, and that's how I originally used it. In the front, I had a journaling insert, and then in the middle, I had a blank paged drawing insert. And lastly, I had my fountain pen friendly paper, which was used more for poetry and prose. And of course, I had a folder, which was allowed use for loose pages. This seemed to cover everything until it didn't. I was getting through the inserts at different paces, and suddenly my beloved sketch insert had to leave the book. Then it became this weird mixture of half-finished inserts amongst brand new ones, and the ones that I had cherished were suddenly just lackluster pieces of cardboard. I decorated them to keep their character, but I wanted them to have homes, and when they left the Traveler's Notebook, it didn't feel right. And I know I must sound crazy for putting so much thought into the home for a cardboard notebook when I should just really use the Traveler's Notebook as it's intended, with wild, reckless, abandon, renewed, repurposed, repeated. And some people do really some amazing things with theirs. Chock full of pages, art sticking out between the bindings, and elegant scripts. And I couldn't wrap my head around how they were going to just partially dismantle the beauty that they had created. Like, this should stay like this. I can't repeat this. It takes me too long. This is the feeling that has plagued me every time I think about using the Traveler's Notebook. And I gave it a long and decent run, because that should be the joy of it, to use it, to keep it going, to know that just by renewing these little cardboard inserts, you can keep your creative loop going in this refreshing art style. You'll never get bored. It will be something new and exciting each time. And I think I realize maybe that's where it gets to be Maybe that's where it loses me. I'd assume that I'm in the minority in this quandary of mine of users of the Traveler's Notebook, as I've yet to really come across anybody dissecting this conundrum that I'm trying to explain. And it's frustrating because I want to like the Traveler's Notebook. It is so perfect. It's satisfying to hold. I like that it's like the shape of it is very Traveler's esque. Like you just stick it in your bag. There's no fear of it getting worn. It seems perfect. But sometimes I think I'm not that creative, and it takes me longer to put together something that is mine, something unique, something wonderful, that by the time I've put together how I want to use the Traveler's Notebook and been using it, I have to take it apart already and start over. Maybe I'm too sentimental. Maybe I just want a traveler-esque single-use notebook with a binding so that I can have a start and a finish and put it away when I'm done. Whatever the reason, the Traveler's Notebook stays in my shelf as a completed notebook, as something that I'll look at every once in a while and not really think about or worry about using. And I suppose there's nothing wrong with that either, because as always, do what you want. Don't listen to me. That's it.